Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new podcast of Set Lusting Bruce, your podcast all about Bruce Springsteen, his music, and mostly his fans. I am your host, Jesse Jackson. We are getting off the Springsteen train today, though I'm sure he will come up, and we're on the kindness train today. So, Malena, why are we talking kindness today?
Because I wrote a book about kindness,
And what
and
is today?
today is National World Kindness Day.
That is a good thing. So I do have Malena and Megan with me. We're gonna let your mom talk for a minute. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves? Introduce yourself to the audience.
Sure. Malena and I, such a weird way of saying that. So I have three kids. Malena is my oldest. She just recently turned 10 years old. And then I have twin boys who over this late summer turned 5 years old. We live in the western suburbs of Chicago, and my three kids love WWE wrestling. They also love playing sports, and my middle son, Max, who's the oldest of the twins, has cerebral palsy and epilepsy.
So I want to get to Max's story, but I first got to know who's Malena's favorite wrestler?
Becky Lynch.
All right. Yes. That's your favorite?
Yeah.
Who else?
My favorite boy is Ricochet and
Okay.
Seth Rollins.
Yes.
I like oh wow, I never think of my second favorites.
Who's your favorite tag team?
My favorite tag team are the Usos.
Okay.
And for girls it would be Damage Control.
Nice. And who are the boys' favorites?
Oh God.
Max loves Drew McIntyre.
And
Okay.
Major loves AJ Styles and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Usos. And then Max, when people take his x-ray and stuff, they'll say to me, "Are you his mom?" And Max will shake his head, "No, that I'm not his mom." And it'll worry people. And I'm like, "What am I, your caregiver?" And he does the sign language for yes. And I'm like, "Who's your mom?" So I start listing people. And when I got to Becky Lynch, he said yes. So in his
Oh,
mind, Becky Lynch is his mom.
that is great. So it just so happened today, as we're recording this, it's not only World Kindness Day, but it's November 14th. We released an episode. My son, Chris, and his best friend Colin, they have been friends since freshman in high school, went round table and picked their WWE Mount Rushmore of who they would put. And Shawn Michaels is my son's best friend's Colin's favorite wrestler. Chris loves Stone Cold Austin. And I, for some reason, love Bret Hart. So, and it's a long story. So that is great. Very good. My son will now want to listen to this episode because of that. That is great. He took me to WrestleMania. It was here in Dallas. And so he bought tickets for me to go. And we went on Saturday night. He and Colin went Sunday. And then Monday night, he took his mom to Raw. So it was an all wrestling weekend.
Oh, wow.
So jealous.
WrestleMania.
It was awesome. So yeah, it was great. We had Stone Cold came back. We got to watch that. And I really think, I'm telling you, I think the female wrestlers were the better matches. I think
Yeah.
they are very cool. So good for you.
Becky and Bianca. Wait, no, that's SummerSlam. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Over the summer, since Becky knows about Max's love of her as his mom, she invited us to come to their wrestling ring in Iowa so Max could experience an in-ring experience
Oh, nice.
She separated her shoulder.
at SummerSlam. But yeah, but I think Max had an unbelievable blast, and his siblings did too. And Malena was showing off her wrestling moves, doing flips from the top rope and stuff.
So, Malena, what's your finishing move?
Ooh, the arm bar.
Very nice. Very good. Well, that is super. And do you have favorite entrance music that you love?
Love Becky's and Seth's.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just like theirs a lot.
That is awesome. I appreciate it. So tell me about your two little brothers and especially Max.
So Max, he is very sweet and very like loving. His favorite in the family, whenever you ask him, it's very obvious who it is. It's my dad.
Okay.
He
He also has a pranking side.
oh yeah, he has a pranking side. Today at school, he was fake coughing just to
Yes.
get out of learning.
That is not good, Max.
I know, he didn't cough a single time before he went to school, and then when I picked him up, he didn't cough at all. And they were thinking about like getting him a COVID test, and I'm like, he's not coughing.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. So yeah, were you excited when you were gonna have a brother when you knew you were gonna be a big sister?
Yeah, I always wanted twin siblings.
You did?
Yeah,
And are you glad that they're boys and not girls?
pretty upset when I found out both of them were boys. I wanted one boy, one girl.
Right, yeah. That way you could have a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And so instead you just got both two brothers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So mom, was she a big help
Oh my
taking
gosh.
care of them?
Yes, even to this day, I don't think I can get through my life of working full time, managing Max's care and all them without her. She
Mm-hmm.
keeps one happy while I'm tending to the other, and she's amazing beyond words.
That's great. So mom, were you aware that Max was going to have this disease while you were carrying him? Tell me that
No,
story.
yeah, sure. I went in for my 36-week ultrasound, and up until that point, there was nothing wrong with the babies. And at that moment, they saw that they couldn't get a picture of Max's brain because it was covered in blood. So they did emergency C-section. And on his second day, they did a MRI and confirmed his brain damage and said that he had a grade 4 bilateral bleed. And they said what that will look like is he will never walk, talk, or eat.
Mm. That is devastating news.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that caused you a lot of sadness. So what was your plan then?
Our plan was, oh, sorry, hold on, Twin Brothers here.
That's okay.
Say hi to, we fixed the video.
Hi.
Here, you want to see the video?
Yeah, let me see. Hey there,
This is Major.
Major.
So none of us liked wrestling until Max started watching it.
Yes.
A little bit. Max liked basketball until he was like 2.5. And then at 2.5, we put it on, he started crying. So his dad was like, fine, I'll turn on wrestling. And then Max fell in love. And then all the other siblings followed suit. And I just recently started sitting down and watching it with them.
You gave in. You just like they've converted me.
Exactly. Okay. I'll text Dad and tell him that.
I want to stay here.
So what's your favorite wrestler?
Darby Allin. That's
Darby.
AEW wrestler. WWE. WWE. He didn't say what. All right. WWE.
I didn't. He's right. I didn't ask. WWE. Yes.
WWE. Why don't we ask the WWE? What is it? Oh, there's so many
AJ Styles. We all know.
No. Damian Priest.
Damian Priest.
No. Yes. Oh my.
Edge.
Very nice.
Fine. Who is it? It was my tribal tree. Roman Reigns. Can you walk my feet? Yeah. Oh, no, my favorite tag team of all time. The so
You are making, I cannot wait to share this. My son is a big WWE fan. I was just telling your mom and sister that. He is, that's still his favorite thing to do. We watched wrestling together. He always does that with me. So yeah,
We went to WrestleMania.
I know. It was so good. Yes, that is great.
Was it this year? Oh, they show the first time against Schumacher and knock him off. That's scary.
Yeah. In fact, let me see if I can get this. Hold on. I will show you. So, all right, Mom. So tell me more while I look up this picture,
Sure.
and
So,
you tell me a little more. So you've heard the news about Max. So talk to me.
so, so, we were told that, every day that he can, take a bottle, every day that he's alert, everything just was to be taken sort of as a blessing because we didn't know what the future would hold.
Okay.
And when we left the NICU, things became very, difficult at home because he was very, irritable. And he finally got a feeding tube at 7 months, and that's when he had his first swallow. I mean, his first smile. And up until then, he was only doing the pout lip. But we kept fighting for a diagnosis because just telling doctors, specialists, therapists that he's brain injured wasn't enough. We wanted an actual diagnosis.
Yeah.
And at 7 months, he was able to get that diagnosis, which then gave us that, this is what it is, and also opened up doors for continued therapy, for continued specialists working with him and stuff. So it was really tough to get that diagnosis, but it also turned into just a lot more support for him, even from my job that changed their benefits to offer more therapies for him and stuff.
Oh, that's good. So, originally your diagnosis was pretty dire.
Yeah.
And I love the idea as a mom. You aren't going to take that right off. How dare you limit my child? And so you fought for yourself, and I think that's a wonderful story. So, yeah. So tell me about why the book. Tell me. Let's put the author on the there. Malena, tell me why you decided to write a book.
I decided to write the book because I wanted to share like Max's story and stuff. And kindness? Yes, and kindness. And I wanted people not to stare at him and just say hi to anyone with a different ability.
Yeah, a lot of times people are afraid of that, aren't they? They are afraid of people being different.
Yeah.
Even today he was being stared at.
Even today he was getting stared at his therapy place. People are staring at him. At major swimming people were. I know it also.
And all he wants is you just to say hi, right?
Yeah, he just wants to be included, and he just wants to feel like, yeah, he's just a kid. So he's just like every other kid.
That is an important message, I think, to share. And I'm glad you're doing it. So so you decided you wanted to tell Max's story. What was the next step?
Well, we created it into like a presentation.
Yes.
And then I went to like schools and libraries and all over the jazz at 6 years old.
Yeah.
I was reading at libraries and stuff, and I just read off the presentation. And then at like 7, we made like a video, kind of. And at the end of the video, it was people from all over the world saying hi to Mac.
Yeah.
We didn't even ask some of these people. These people just did it because they just did it. And then some of the people we knew, like our cousins, did it and stuff. But then like others in like Paris and a lot of other places did it.
Mm-hmm. And what you mentioned, what you really would like them to know is he just wants you to say hi, right? He
Yeah,
just wants to be treated like a kid.
yeah, because he is a kid.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys. Is your brother still there?
Yep.
All right. Tell me when you can see. Do you see the picture?
Yes.
Oh,
That is my son, and that is me. And then here is then this was all we went. This was in front of the stadium. And yeah, so we had such a good time. Let me see if I can give you there was a huge line waiting to get in. There we go.
One big paper. It is a big head.
Yeah, so there was it. They were
my
all waiting. And yeah, I love this picture. Oh, there's Undertaker. It came out.
You saw Undertaker?
Yeah, see there, the Undertaker came out. Chris was losing his mind.
Vandalizing.
Yes. Yeah, and so there was some of the matches, and yeah, that was me and him at the end.
That's
So,
amazing.
yes, he was so happy that his dad, and he will tell you this story. And then I want to hear y'all's story, but you will appreciate this. He was in junior high and he loved wrestling. He was like 10, 11 maybe. And he said, "Oh, Dad, WrestleMania is going to be in Houston at the Astrodome." And oh, I would do anything to go. And Houston's about 4 hours away from Dallas, where we live. And I said, okay, if you get straight A's, I will take you to WrestleMania. Okay, okay. And then what he didn't know is I went ahead and bought the tickets for him. And so he did. He brought me straight A's and we drove down and it was The Rock versus Stone Cold. And he lost his voice screaming so much. And he just was, yeah, yeah, like WrestleMania 17, I think it was. And so that is, he is now 33, and it is one of his best memories of life. So,
That's amazing.
yeah, that's great. Of course, you guys got to meet some pretty important wrestlers too. All right. So, Mom, she's got this story she wants to tell. Tell your side of
Yeah.
it.
So then after the video was made, it became like a great way to like introduce Max to like new people to show the video. Like when he went off to preschool here, watch this video, get to know him, get to know what our family wants for him and believes for him. And then when we met Max's Make-A-Wish grantors, Malena was like, let's turn the video into a book. And Max did not want that for his wish.
Yeah.
And they said he wanted to meet wrestlers over Zoom because it was during COVID. And we were like,
Sure.
no, don't do that. You won't like that either.
Yeah.
So they were like, Malena, this video is amazing. You did a great job. Like I know a publisher. So they connected us with a publisher. And so that's how it all started, the book process. But it was a lot more labor intensive than Malena, I think, was anticipating. There was 13 rounds of edits. And then once the illustrations came, every illustration in the book is an actual picture of ours that the illustrator then created into a cartoon. Yeah. So then Malena would pick apart the illustrations, give feedback on that. But, every round of edits, she had to read it out loud to us. The editor would say like, I don't know if this works or expand this. And she had to learn a lot more about the writing process than most kids her age. And I think she got very burnt out.
Sure.
And wanted to give up and was so sick of the story. But then when we got it in final format, I hope she felt like I did, that it was just beautiful. And now when she reads it, it has a new energy, I guess, sharing it with people and showing off how beautiful it is.
Malena, it's really a wonderful gift to your brother and your other brother and your family. It is, that's a very sweet gift that you gave. And when people say, oh yeah, did she really write it? It sounds like you really did, didn't you? That's good.
We helped her with like some of the word choices that she would get kind of hung up and stubborn over some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Malena. It's Malena.
Yeah. So Malena, your mom said you got a little frustrated, a little word. Was it tough for you at times?
Yeah. There's one that I still have stuck in my head. What?
Where they did a semicolon and you wanted an and.
No, I live with my 2-year-old twin brothers, a dog and a cat. Instead of and, I wanted and.
Okay.
You put a semicolon and she wanted to keep the and. And I
Well,
kept removing her and putting the semicolon, and she got obviously she's still upset.
so I don't know if you will appreciate this story, but mom will. They told the story that they were filming West Wing with Aaron Sorkin, and the script came down and there was two thes. There was a the, very clearly a typo. And they still called Aaron Sorkin and he goes, yes, that's a mistypo. And they said, well, which the do you want us to get rid of? Because they were so afraid of making him. Yeah, so I agree with you. I would have liked Anne better than the semicolon too. Good for you. Mhm. So who did you give the first copy to?
Oh God, we probably have the first copy. Oh God, I have no idea.
Was there someone special? There wasn't some, I mean, obviously you wanted Max to see it, but is there someone else you wanted to see special?
We gave some to our neighbor.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the first copy. I feel like Malena was first copy. Yeah, I got the first copy.
Well, of course.
Oh, maybe like no, because you weren't in school. Yeah, I don't know. She's very excited to share it with her neighbors because they had no idea she had been working on this. And then her school. I mean, she didn't talk about it with people, so I think a lot of people had no idea it was even coming because.
And now so many people know it's coming.
So, and was your librarian had to be very impressed with you, wasn't she?
She impressed, yeah.
Good for you. So cool. Well, so if someone wants to get the book, what's the best way to get it, Mom?
I know all this.
All right. Well, okay. Excuse me.
So,
Let me try that again. Malena, if someone wants to get the book, where should they get it?
Mascot Books is like the publisher one. So
Okay.
it's like the best one to get it on. And then Barnes and Nobles, Target, Walmart, Amazon.
Very nice.
Will you tell them what the librarian said?
What?
Didn't she say like every classroom's gonna have one of these books?
Oh no! So the PTA in my school district is buying every classroom in my school a copy of this book, and my teacher for Miss Bernal.
Yeah.
It's
called Infinity. It's like the accelerated reading and math.
Well, for that one, we read a book in third grade called Mockingbird. It's about a girl with autism. So now they're gonna read my book now whenever they read that to like kindness and stuff.
That is wonderful. There are people who just sit and complain, and then there are people that go out and make a difference, and you are someone who makes a difference. And you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
So is there anything that proceeds of the book going to any special trust or charity? Or just to help fund Max? Because I know it's gotta be expensive taking care of your brother.
Yes.
We donate to some of the proceeds to Make-A-Wish.
Okay.
And then Malena wants to save for college because she wants to be a veterinarian and go to,
A wrestler.
and she wants to go to UCLA or
I want to go to Harvard or UCLA or I forgot the name of the Oklahoma one, Boomer Sooner.
Oklahoma, OU, yes, okay. So,
can I say one other thing?
And
absolutely.
Oh, and Stanford.
Yes.
So that's a lot of obviously money she's gonna have to
Yes,
save.
exactly.
Soccer.
Yes.
So what else I want to say is that what I found fascinating about the book is that when other schools have read it or other therapy places or libraries, etc., that I tend to get emails from them like, hey, we read Malena's book today, and they send a video of kids saying then hi or pictures with kids waving. And I love that it's when the book is read that the lesson is then discussed and then they put it into practice. And I think that that's so great for kids because sometimes when you hear a story, you feel it in the moment, but then you may let it go. But this is an easy way for the kids then to put it into practice. And then maybe it helps that this is a true story. This is a local kid in our community. And maybe that adds to it too. But I really, that aspect has really helped me because as a mom, my biggest fear is actually like the future.
Sure.
And I just, one day when I'm not around or one day when he's out there in the community and I'm just not around, I just want him to know that he is valued and he is respected as everybody else. And hopefully we can get there as a community.
Absolutely. I think that's an important message, and I think it's a good wish for all our children and
Yes.
everyone's children. So I totally agree. All right. So what I want to know is will tell me off air where I can send my money to get an autograph copy.
Oh,
I want an autograph
yeah.
copy.
Tell him that Becky Lynch tweeted your book.
Oh yeah, Becky Lynch tweeted my book.
No way. That is awesome. Well, very nice. Well, I appreciate that. All right. So any final things you want to say? What if you could talking to people, tell them what you want them to know about your wonderful brother.
Even though he's non-speaking and he may not move like other people that they may be used to being around, that he still has this beaming personality with likes and dislikes. Like he likes his dad more than his mom.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to play soccer. Just that he's a full person, even he just has a disability.
So just say hi.
That is perfect. Just say hi. I appreciate that.
It's way more fun when everyone is included.
Absolutely. I appreciate that.
That's a quote from my book.
Well, I can't, I love it. All right. Thank you all for visiting with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to put where we can get the book in my show notes. You guys are a joy. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And we will talk. I look forward to, I'm going to reach out to you so I can get a copy of the book and I will promote it all I can. Thank you all so much. And I think Malena said it all. Just say hi. Bye, everyone.